And then we'll get the share screen going.
Welcome, welcome everyone. We are just getting started here. As we pull up our slideshow. My name is Russell Petrie. We're so glad you're here. We are going to be sharing why we love PartnerCo so much. And so I'm from Langley, British Columbia, and I think when Cindy's ready, I think I'll just introduce Cindy. Cindy's from Edmonton, Alberta. She's on the road, so we can do this business from multiple places. We were just chatting about this before we started hitting the record button, and so we've been doing this from tractors and from vehicles and from sandbars on the Atlantic Ocean and from all sorts of places, from boats in the middle of a lake. So it's pretty cool what we can do. So Cindy, so maybe where are you exactly right now, roughly?
Right now I am in Canmore, Alberta, so just outside of Banff. We did some hiking today and that sort of thing. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right. Yeah, so I'm here. It's beautiful here. It's supposed to snow tomorrow though, so we'll see what happens.
This couldn't miss the snow, so you had to come find some more, eh?
That's right.
There you go. So we're gonna be roughly a half hour, maybe a little bit longer. We have a special guest as well. It's going to share. So the first little bit, we're going to be chatting a little bit about PartnerCo. We want to highlight. So have a pen and paper ready. We're going to highlight, and at different points, we're going to say why we're different from other companies, right? And why we stand out. And just have pen and paper ready. You might want to make some notes, something that you might want to then touch base with the person who reached out and shared this with you, and you can ask them some questions later if we have, and then we may stay on a little bit longer at the end after we finish, and you can maybe stay on and ask a question or two if you wish as well. So a little bit about our company, a little bit about the quality, then we're going to dive into our special guest, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the products a little bit, and then a little bit about the business a little bit at the end. Right. And then so grab your coffee, grab a not a coffee. It's late in the evening unless you're watching this in the morning as recording. But grab a drink, grab your water, and sit back and enjoy. So we are PartnerCo, and we want to be one of three, or maybe all three partners with you. We want to be a business partner with you potentially. We want to be your wellness partner, and most of this presentation will be talking about wellness, or maybe even a lifestyle partner. We talked about having fun doing these Zooms from different places, right? So some of our guests on here now are going to be traveling pretty soon to Punta Cana. So we have a pretty cool lifestyle, right, Cindy? So we want it's no fun. I used to just have the money side, not a lot of money, but just enough money to keep me out of trouble. But I didn't have no life, right? And I didn't have any fun. So like Cindy loves this slide. We want to be not only healthy, but we want to make some money. We want to travel and see the world. I
That's
had
right.
been over 10 years as a supervisor, and I had not traveled since Costa Rica since probably 2009, and until 2023 earned a trip through this company, finally got to do another vacation in Mexico. So again, pretty amazing all what we can do.
Yeah,
So
that's right,
yeah, go
Russell.
ahead, Cindy.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I was the same. I worked all the time. I had no time to do anything. And this whole year so far, I've been traveling all over BC and Alberta. So it's been great. This slide here, this is definitely one of the reasons we're different. And this is our product approach. So we have a science and nature collaboration, meaning that we take the science, we take the studies, and we take from nature. So when we take from nature, that's food and herbs and that sort of thing. Then and we put them together to make some products that are pretty amazing. And farm to pharmaceutical is, being able to source those ingredients from the best, purest source that we can. And not only that, a lot of companies will say that they do that. We do that. Not only do we do that, but we can actually trace each product right through its life. So right from the seed and where it's planted all the way to the end when it's in a bottle or a pouch or whatever it comes in. So we're able to do that and make sure that that's there, and that's important. And Russell, you're talking about tractors earlier, and so you know about farms and dirt and how important it is as well, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so we look for farming. Some of their products come from families. The farms were they've been in families for years, for a long time, not centuries, but for hundreds of years, right? Because the quality is there, and taking care of the soil is so important because that's the root of all our good where our good nutrition comes from is based from the soil. So very important. And then the nutrition, the precision of the testing that we do, and the precision of getting the same ingredients in the same package in the same amounts every time. I had a friend who bought vitamins from Costco, and he said one time it would be great, and then another time he'd be like, "Are these even doing anything?" Because they're not precision made. They're not the same amounts don't get in every single pouch, right? So important, right? And then we have solutions that last for a long time because of this great collaboration of nature and science, precision, and the pharmaceutical idea that solutions last for a long time. And people can trust that because of all the testing that we do to get there, the guarantees that we can give. And again, it's not only just from us, it's some of the products we're using, they've been tested outside of our company they've been proven for hundreds of years of being good quality, and this is what they do, right? So then we've just kind of figured out the right combination to put these things together to really have a synergistic effect
That's right. And
on our
that's,
on our body.
I think that's what one of the things I really like too, because if you look at all of the solutions that last, all of these different categories, hormone support, gut health, mood, immunity, energy, all of those things, like everybody's looking for these right now, and that we can take those pure ingredients, combine them so that they, like you say, they're synergistic, so they act with each other to boost the effectiveness is pretty important because I think we've all been to the Costco vitamin aisle and been disappointed.
Yeah.
And you also mentioned guaranteed, tested, and proven. And you can see on the bottom right here, we've got our stamp of approval. And many companies have that, but I always say go a little bit further and see what's behind that stamp of approval. And what we do is just make sure that I'm not sure. I can see Russell's covering some of the words there. I don't know if you can see that too, but is we go through, we don't do any shortcuts or gimmicks. We have clinical studies, and because we have clinical studies and proper ones, we actually attract quite a few from the medical industry who are professionals that know what that means, right? I by trade am an accountant. I have to trust what's out there. I don't understand the medical language. So I'm happy to have someone who's combining these ingredients in the proper ways for me. But you can see here we've got precision solutions sourced from nature, tested, third-party validated, and that's an important one. You can see on the bottom there, those are our third-party validations. And some of those actually, like the clone list on the bottom is, it lets our Olympic athletes and our professional athletes take our products without having to worry about that, some ingredient or something might cause a red flag on a drug test or something like that, right? So they know it's pure and they know that they can use it. And the third party validated, that for me is important. Just because I am an accountant. I used to do auditing. I used to audit public companies. And when you want to invest or buy stocks in a public company or anything that you're investing in, you want to make sure that it's good, that you can trust the results that you're seeing and that you're going to get a benefit from it, right? And that's why you have audited statements for public companies. And that's the same here. We're sending our products, we already do a bunch of testing, but we send them to third parties to make sure that everything we say is in the label is there at the quantities that it says are there. And in an unregulated industry, that's pretty important.
And even that the efficacy of that product will last until the best before date. Like how many times where it'll be okay when you open the bottle, but it's lost its zam but before you even finish that bottle, right?
That's right.
Right. So we ours are like 100% to the end, so. And we attract a lot of doctors we have a lot of doctors on our scientific advisory board, but we attract a lot of doctors because none of us here. Oh, there's a couple nurses, I believe, but none of us are doctors that you can see maybe on the screen here that are present with us at this moment. But we tell everyone to take our products to their doctors, take them to the pharmacists, and when we do, we attract a lot of interest, right? So I like to we highlight different people here each week, but today I'm gonna share a little bit about Dr. Alberto Pena. He was someone who was introduced to our products. He came on as a brand partner, just like some of us are, just like I am right now, and he was in the process of actually making a product, right? And we actually have that product now. We'll talk about it a little bit later. And so, but he's also on our advisory board. If you look onto the left side, we have a wellness council as well. So they're made up of chiropractors and different nurses and doctors and other kind of doctors as well. And we have an athletics council as well. So we have professional athletes, past pro athletes, past Olympians, and just people who maybe work in the health industry, as a fitness trainers and stuff like that that are using our products. And so we have all these three councils and advisory boards that really, make sure everything is going tickety boo and keeping the company, 100%, up doing what we're supposed to do, right? And
That's right.
so pretty amazing, what we have for this. And this is one thing that makes us different, and we can see all these people at conferences. In fact, we're going to see Dr. Strand and Barbara Cox-Lovesey in next month in next month in Calgary, right? We get to see these
Yeah.
people, shake hands with these people, talk to these people, hear them on stage, and see them in person, right? And I know Cindy and I, and her husband Steve, we actually we got to visit with Dr. Strand in person in Orlando a couple of years ago, and so they're real people. So it gives all of us a level of confidence in when we hear them talk about the products and how they go about doing things, and it's like, wow, okay, I don't have to worry about that part now. I can just go ahead and share with my family with confidence.
Yeah, they are very excited, and you can hear it in their voice how passionate they are about making sure that we're getting good products and that we understand them and how they work, right? We get excited sometimes, and that's why sometimes our presentation's a little bit longer. But I think we're going to get into some of the products here now. So here is our flagship product right now. It is our Slenderized drops, and these are a homeopathic blend of ingredients. There's two bottles you can see there, and they help support your weight management. They help to balance like your cortisol levels, your insulin levels, and your thyroid. It works with your thyroid system, all of that. It helps to control appetite, helps to stimulate metabolism. You got energy, mood, digestive health. So it attacks kind of what's going on in our bodies as we age and start maybe putting on a little extra weight from all angles, right? It's cutting into all of them. The first dropper there, you see that's called Slenderex. That's the one that has the appetite control, the hormone balancing properties. It also cuts cravings, which is huge when you're trying anything, right? Like when you try to go and to get healthy, and I don't like to use the word diet, but when you're trying to get healthy and you're eating all of the things that you're supposed to, you still kind of get those cravings. So when I was going through it, because I tried everything, I thought, man, if those cravings would just go away, this would be way easier. So that really helps. And then the second bottle there really gets the energy and the metabolism and the mood going. So they're a pretty amazing duo. And you can see here, we've got real science, real results, probably tens of thousands of these, if not more, before and afters. I just got to notice that my internet connection is unstable. So let me know if I freeze. But you can see the before and afters here. They're quite impressive. We have our friend Brenda, who I always like to talk about, and when she started, was felt she knew something was wrong. She knew she needed to lose weight. She knew she was unhealthy, but when she went to her doctor said, "No, your numbers are all fine. There's nothing wrong with you. Just go home. You're good." And she knew that that was not the case. And so she reached out after seeing a friend of hers post, and she wanted to lose 30 pounds in 6 months. And she ended up losing 100 in 6.5 months. Now, she was very strict and very regimented in what she did, and that's the results that she got. And we see her all the time, and she's been able to maintain that. And it's been a year. So she started with the different products you see on the bottom there, and we'll go through some of those today. But the drops you can take on there by themselves, or you can add them with some other products. Now, I think our next one is Nicole, and she is going to come on and talk about her journey. You can see her pictures here and how happy she's looking. So I'm just
Yeah,
going to stop share and I'm going to pin Nicole.
I'll just
Oops.
introduce Nicole real quick. I think Nicole
Sure.
probably comes Nicole comes from, I think she knows Brenda's team. I think she came from Brenda's team. Brenda was a train wreck, I think, for the first couple of weeks, and then she kind of got on board and got things rolling and all that. So again, it helps having that community, and when we come with the products too, so it's a little important. Nicole might touch on that, but I just wanted to say for Nicole, amazing person. Cindy said amazing products. Well, it made me think of amazing person Nicole, and she's going to share her story a little bit. I'll shut up here, but you know what? I got to meet her and have some fun with her. She was in Richmond, and we were having some fun. We're doing these dares and stuff, and posting them online, having fun. So we have a lot of fun with our company as well, right? It's not just all it's part of the lifestyle. But we I got a chance to we were playing hard with these girls, doing skipping and all this stuff and all this and I tell you, I'm like, oh, this will be a cakewalk. It's just a bunch of girls, right? And but man, Nicole came like elbows up. She was ready to go. We had this little competition down the aisle. It was a blast. And so she is game. But maybe there was a time, maybe not too long ago, Nicole, where you weren't 100% feeling that way. So why don't you take us back and where you were and kind of where you are now?
Absolutely. Well, you know what? I think we had a lot of fun. And yes, maybe the elbows were out, but definitely you won at the speed walking. I have to admit, I'm not quite there yet, but that's okay. That's okay. Good times. Yeah, so no, where my journey began was like it would have been in August. I was just at work and I was like thinking, oh my gosh, like this brain fog is just such a heaviness. And I'm like, what the heck is going on with me? And then, Janelle, she posted something on Facebook and I'm like, wow, I wonder if that would help me because I saw like how Janelle had changed, like transformed in such a short period of time. And I'm like, well, I don't have arthritis or anything like that, but I'm like, I wonder, do you think it'll help my brain fog? And she's like, yeah, most likely, let me get you on a three-way call and when we'll chat it up and figure out what we can do for you, or like how we can help you. So did that, signed up, ordered my products, but I was like, I didn't want to get started on the products until the 28-day challenge would be here. So I had the products at home. Janelle invited me to an event happening. So I went to that event. Then I learned about the Brenda pack. So I thought, wow, man, I should have bought the Brenda pack. Okay, well, I bought the Brenda pack because I figured, well, during my 28-day challenge, you never know. Maybe I just won't be organized in some ways and I just need a backup plan. So ended up getting the Brenda pack, 28-day challenge started. I started on the products and all of a sudden it's like, whoa, brain fog was lifted like instantly. I was like, what the heck? As if like this is not really happening. Anyways, I think from one day to the other, I had released 5 pounds. And I was like, yeah, right. Like, how does this happen? I was always more on the fluffier side. And I always joked around saying, well, there's just more to love. So it is what it is. And anyways, and it just kept on going, like pretty much a pound a day, like to 29.6 pounds in 1 month, like in 28 days. And during that time, Janelle's like, are you sure you don't want to share this with anyone? I'm like, yeah, I told you right from the beginning, this is my journey and I'm not running with the business. This is just for me. And I just didn't know what to expect, I think is what it was. So we got off the phone and then all of a sudden I started thinking and I'm like, yeah, maybe I'm kind of selfish just keeping it to myself because I didn't realize how badly I felt before until I started feeling so much better. And I'm like, holy, like motivation, skyrocketed, energy. I wanted to go outside for walks all the time. The dogs were happy because, the couch, we know it's not going to move. So I don't have to stay sitting on it. Not that I ever did that anyways, because there's always so many other things we need to get done. But yeah, just one thing led to the other. I used to sweat all the time, which was crazy. Like, and I mean sweating like since high school. And, I've gotten my thyroid checked time and time again. Everything was always perfect. And I just thought, well, I guess I'm warm blooded. Well, even at work, I had a fan blowing on me while everyone else had their heaters blowing on them. And, they had their long sleeve shirts. And here I just having a scrub top, I was like so warm. Anyways, well, with all of this whole, body transformation, health transformation, I had to wear long sleeve shirts to work. It's like it was just crazy. But it's just my body was balancing, like the temperature was balancing. So with that came off inches. Like now I released over like 40 pounds and I released 36 inches. Well, more than that probably now. Sleeping has been phenomenal. Um, Even my shoes. I had a couple pairs of shoes where, I thought they were cute, so I bought them. They're just like little runners type of thing. But holy, I could not wear them. They were hurting my feet. Like I could have them on for a short period of time. Well, this spring, it's like I've been putting them on and I'm like, wow, there's like so much room in my shoes, like for my feet to move now. And there's just the comfort is there. Like it's, yeah, unbelievable. I've learned how to cook so much better. Like even my husband tells me, like, wow, the foods that we're eating now, I feel so much better, along with the supplements that he's taking as well. But it's just we're not craving those junk foods as much anymore. Well, actually, at all. Um, what else? Even, confidence, self-confidence, I think has increased as well because it's just when you're feeling good on the inside, you know what, you portray it on the outside as well. So yeah, and my nails are growing. I've never had this, but it's actually happening now too. So I'm like, wow. uh yeah, I don't know. I think that's pretty much the gist of it, but I do have to say it's all Janelle's fault. So
Yeah.
that's just how it goes. It's one of those things that just happens organically. When people hear about it, they want to know, hey, I want to get there, I want to do that.
Yeah. Oh, that darn Janelle.
I
So
know.
yeah. So yeah, and you see it on social media or whatever, you hear it, or you hear it from a friend, or sometimes you see your friend, you haven't seen for a little while, right? Sometimes it's like, hey, what the heck happened to you? Right? So there's all sorts of fun different ways that people can realize this and
Absolutely.
and we share. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
Did you have any questions?
I was just going to say, Nicole, since you started sharing, what's happened in your life?
Oh, yeah, I had to make a hard decision because I absolutely loved where I worked. I loved it so much. And it's just, you know what? Life got just so busy with the business, people wanting to get healthier and feeling great. And I've been just about, I feel like I've been working around the clock. So it was time. I was like, I don't know if I can continue doing both because something's got to give somewhere. So I ended up having to give my resignation for my job that I truly loved. And I think I shocked the doctor because he's like, whoa, like, are you serious? I did not see this coming. And I'm like, believe me, I did not see it coming either because I love it here. But I'm like, I also love being able to help people out. So it was just one of those things. So yeah,
Well,
so
that is amazing, and it's a hard choice, but we have so much fun and making such a difference in people's lives. So,
absolutely, it's worth it.
all right. Well, thank you again. I'm just going to get the
Thank you.
screen share back going here.
So
And
can you quickly, as we share, as Cindy, go ahead and keep on doing that. But can you share maybe the top few products that you used, and then
Oh, yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
So the drops, of course, the famous drops, we all need those. Also, it would have been the Elite, so the pink juice. Oh my goodness. But I'll be honest, it does a different effect on everyone, I think. So for some people, it'll actually energize them. For me, it did the opposite effect, but because I was diagnosed with ADHD, I think that's probably why. So my sister also takes the Elite, but she has to take it at bedtime and she has to take the Renew earlier because the Renew keeps her up. Like it's just, everybody's different. So, but those two things and the Restorix, those were my main ones. Oh, and the probiotics I was taking as well. And then I think during my 28-day challenge, I may have used the shakes 4 times, but now I use them all the time, like daily, because I'm like, it's like amazing nutrients right in there. So I know I'm getting a lot of goodness in my body and feeling great with it too. So
Yeah, and I
yeah,
just brought up Brenda's picture here again because as you talked about the Brenda pack, this is the Brenda pack here on the bottom. This is
yeah.
after her transformation, we all fondly refer to this pack as the Brenda pack. So it has all of that great stuff in it. So thanks again, Nicole. We're gonna keep going here because
Thank you.
we're gonna we're at 8:30 now. So we're gonna maybe go quickly through some of these other products and get to the end here so that everybody can then ask questions at the end. So this one here is another reason why we're different. So CoLab, you can see there is our own lab where we create new products, we reformulate products to get them to be better, or there's more science out there. So we're always doing that. And that's something that makes us different, but also that we have our own lab. This product here is our first new product out of this lab, and it's called AbVantage. And what it does is it helps you burn calories faster when you're resting. So it goes in and it uses the magic ingredient, if you want to call it that, is called grains of paradise, and it's a type of ginger from Africa. And it helps to it's a thermogenic, so it gets your internals heated up a bit more, and it gets the brown fat going to get rid of the white fat, and the white fat is the bad fat. So this is really meant to target in on your waist and hips. So a lot of people see inches coming off. And when you pair this with the drops, it's a pretty amazing combination, right, Russell?
Yes, yeah. So you'll see us share a lot of combinations that are good combinations. And Sugar Stop is another one. This is the first product that was altered with our lab. They took a little bit of things out they didn't like and reformulated it. So now it's got our stamp of approval on it. So again, this helps. Again, Cindy talked about when you're starting, a healthy program. Sometimes it's hard to ditch some of the old things you're used to doing, your old habits. So if your old habits include maybe some bread or pastas, this will help block the conversion of those to sugar, which is something very important if you're trying to get healthy. And the same with the sweets. It'll block up to 20%. It won't help you with any pop or any liquid stuff because that gets into your bloodstream like almost immediately. So it needs time to block that conversion. So it does it best with bread and pastas and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
great add-on product as well.
And it's really full of fiber as well. So a lot of people don't get enough fiber in their diets. So this is a great addition for that. And we talked a bit about, Nicole talked a bit about the shakes, and this is kind of our different shakes that we have now. Just the one on the top left is our protein powder, and the others are kind of additives to that. So we have a full plant protein powder, and it is a full protein. It's got vitamins, minerals, probiotics, digestive enzymes, all that good stuff. We also have our Beauty Boost, our Power Boost, which are different flavors, orange and chocolate. And we have our Giving Greens. And the Giving Greens, 2 little scoops of the Giving Greens gives you 2.5 pounds of vegetables. So it's great for me who doesn't really like to eat a lot of vegetables, just likes to have salad once a day. So this gets me all of that nutrition that I need.
And then Nicole talked about the Restorix and the probiotics and Elite. So Nicole did 3 of these, and again, the Elite, as Nicole shared, does a lot of different things for different people because it has all these crazy adaptogen herbs, and again, they can do different things for different people depending on what your situation is going on. So, and the probiotics, great for your stomach, great for your gut health. Again, it's good for immunity because your immune system is in your gut as well. So the special thing about that one is it's a time release. A lot of companies will have a probiotic that it gets up in your stomach, and it can get all the goodness can get eaten up by your stomach acids. Well, this one will get through that because it has this time delay, it gets into where it needs to before it opens up. And of course, we'll talk about noni later, but the collagen is very important for a lot of women and a lot of people. If you have skin, it's important, and so it's we combine it with our noni. So we'll talk about noni a little bit in the next couple slides coming up. So another really good product away from the products is that we consume into something that we can all use. So put your hand up if you have one of these on. So this is a cool thing. We actually ask if you're really interested in this deep dive, ask the person who shared this with you, because Cindy and I did a call on this, and we did more of a deeper dive on it. But basically, what it tells us, it's a communication device. Is simply, if you look on the left there, it helps talks to your blood cells basically, and gets them separated, which is how they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be separated. So the reason that's important because it can carry more oxygen and nutrition to all throughout your body. To really make it short, because we're running behind on time, but that's really what it does. But we can go deeper on this. So really reach out. You can reach out to me, and we'll help you and your guest answer more questions about this. We'll be happy to share. So we could talk about this for a half hour.
Yeah, there's some amazing stories on this one too.
Yeah.
And this gets into some of our liquid nutrition. So not everybody likes to take vitamins and that sort of thing. So we have 3 options that will get you a lot of nutrients and vitamins without having to take any pills or anything. We have our noni, which is a lot of us are very fond of our noni. In the middle there we have MOA, which means mother of all. And that is our 36 superfoods in one little package, including 6 medicinal mushrooms, and our limu on the end. So limu original we get the nutrients there from a seaweed that grows somewhere very tropical and nice, and the seaweed grows several feet every day. And so there's over 80 nutrients that come in and can help us just be more healthy, and you can see all the different benefits that you can get from the Limu Original. Noni is the one that we talk about a lot because it comes from Tahiti, and we have kind of exclusive rights to this area of Tahiti where the noni grows, where it has the best volcanic soil. Like we talked about at the beginning, the farm to pharmaceutical. So it has the most iridoids, and that's kind of the thing that's in the fruit that's at its highest. And it helps to protect the fruit from disease and from different things, right? So the people of Tahiti have been using this for hundreds of years as in their medicine cabinet. They eat it, they drink it, that sort of thing. And so we have taken that, and we work with the farmers, and this is where, we're working with generational farmers to produce this noni juice. And it's one of our favorites. This one you could probably talk for about an hour on. We've got a book that's 101 uses for noni. So you can drink it, you can use it on the outside of your body, the whole thing. So again, it's definitely one of our favorites.
So we can get back to more tablet type support as well. And again, on a cellular level, most of our products, if you see, is on a cellular level that we're working on. So the cells are kind of like the one of the smallest building blocks in our body, right? You can go smaller, but on a cellular level, that's where you need all this support, right? Because the cells are reproducing and making basically making our foundation really strong. So we have cellular energy for support for the BioPro, the bone and muscle for Magnetic LD. So again, very important. A lot of calcium products, they don't have the right combination, maybe even the right calcium, the right combination of stuff so that you're making sure it's getting to the right location, right? So important. Again, the optimals and the vitamins. Again, Dr. Strand, this is the first product he gives his patients when they walk in the door is the optimals. And then he says half the time, most of the problems go away after that. And then if he needs to, then he'll dive into some medicine if he needs to. But so again, and heart and brain support uh, as well. So great products that there, and these are all tested. Some of these products are in our PDR. We never talked about that, but the physician desk reference.
Yeah, that's right. That's where doctors can actually look up the product in that reference to prescribe. But often because it's a natural product, it does not get prescribed. So
Noni's in there, the
yeah,
optimals, the vitamins, those are in there.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So again, it's pretty amazing how we're able to combine these different ingredients within the products to make sure that they work the best for us. And this one's definitely a favorite of all of ours as well. And it is like a super vitamin C. It comes from grapeseed extract and the extract from the skins and that sort of thing. And it talks about heart, eyes, skin, and lungs. And I know Russell and I have both had experience with it helping with our allergies. We both experienced a lot of allergy suffering. For myself, it was year round. For Russell, it was during hay season on the farm there. And, going from having multiple 24-hour allergy pills a day and nose spray and everything else to not having to do any of that, to maybe having one allergy pill a month kind of a thing.
Yeah. And then for Brenda, for the Brenda pack, she shed
Mm-hmm.
that 100 pounds in 6.5 months. She used the one of our powders, the orange powder and Vanali, and she didn't have any loose skin. So that's a big
Yeah,
fear of some folks that need to shed that weight. They're worried about what am I going to do with all the extra skin.
that's right.
We think about that. We have that. We have that solution.
Yes. So, yeah, that is Benelli. And so, yeah, we've gone through a lot of the products. Now we're going to get into some lifestyle and business stuff. But overall, with the products, we don't claim to cure, heal, treat, diagnose anything. Um, it's natural products. We're all a little bit different. And you'll know how it works when you try it. But it is amazing when you give your body the fuel it needs. It can do what it needs to do and heal us and make us thrive instead of just survive. Oh, there is one more. Sorry, Renew. Do you want to talk about Renew, Russell?
Sure, real quick because we are running late. But Renew basically, for most people, Renew helps people sleep. And again, there's four kind of things going on in Renew, and the main thing it's doing is it's helping us stimulate our natural HGH production, as it says here. Okay, and the reason why we also find that sleep is important is because you'll never guess when we produce human growth hormone is when we sleep for most people. So it makes sense that again, this is what makes us different. We have a product that does this, but when we also add to the product something to help us sleep, which is then it makes a synergistic effect because if we're sleeping better, our body's going to produce more of this naturally, right? So again, the company when they come up with these, they think of everything. It's amazing. So it really makes us stand out. Again, you can read through all the different things. We've had people who have had their hair, people in their 60s and 70s, their hair is white and now it's going back to the original color. It's really kind of turning back the clock a little bit for some folks in terms of their aches and pains and their hair color and all sorts of stuff, and they're getting better sleep. So it's a great product. So definitely mark this one down and ask your person to talk more about Elite or Renew, and Elite, and So this is a good one. But I think we're going to talk about that beach is looking pretty good. So
Yeah,
so so I think, the lifestyle is so important, and the community. More, we say lifestyle, but it's a community that a lot of people are really craving. They're craving health, but they're also craving a community. Everyone I bump into, and people are stressed, and they have anxiety, but we come together like here, like everyone's so happy, and we're doing different things, and so we're helping people. For sometimes some of these events are because we're going to get education, we're going to learn. We'll talk about that in a second, but a lot of these events just for fun. I'm in the bottom corner. So Michelle, I think Michelle's on here, and there's a few others that have earned trips to Punta Cana. So Michelle, I'm in the bottom left-hand corner there. My hands are in the air. That was part of IARTA a couple of years ago, right? So if you're listening to this right now, and you're thinking, maybe the health part's good, right? I think Nancy's on the call. She was our guest last week. And Nancy was like, "Yeah, I don't want the products, but this business opportunity looks really good. I could see sharing this with people in Canada. This is great, right? So this is some of the benefits." Okay, I'm talking too much, but Michelle, there's gonna be a picture like that for you in Punta Cana. I'm looking forward to it. We're gonna put it on here, and you're gonna be a guest talking about Punta Cana when you come back. So we have rewards where you're just helping people, and you get rewards for helping people. You get paid, and you get these travel points as well, or lifestyle points that you can go around and do stuff. So Punta Cana, I just mentioned. Some people are going to go to Bali next year. I don't know where I'm going to go, but we're going next year, right,
that's
Nicole?
right.
Thumbs up, Michelle. We're going. Marlene, everyone, we're going. So here's some other events as well, a little bit more different. They're different things. You can discover Partner Co. is a fun event to go to if you're just learning about us. We just had a tour through Western Canada, and then we also have Partner Co Connect events, which we're just having one next month. So if you're anywhere within an hour, 2 hour drive of Calgary, and you're listening to this right now, talk to the person, and you say, "I need to get to this one because I need to hear more about these products. I need to hear about the company and what's going on with Partner Co, because we are fresh in Canada, and it's exciting." And then we also have a PXP, which is more of a bigger experience. We have that coming up in Dallas, Texas. So if you're anywhere close to Dallas, Texas, listening to this, talk to the person, and let's get you to Dallas, and you can watch and learn more about us. And then what you're going to learn, hey Cindy, is from our amazing founders. So one thing that makes us different, I don't know if you've heard, I don't want to get into it too much, but some companies like ours are struggling, and some of them are changing their style of how they're building and how they're running, and some of them are just shutting down, just like any other companies out there, like grocery stores, the things like the Bay and the Eaton's, lots of places are shutting down. So some of our industry is also transitioning as well, just like any others. But the one thing that makes us different, I feel, is that the fellow on the left, John Wadsworth, you have owners that don't understand the field. You don't understand the small people in that are doing all the work, right? But John Wadsworth is one of us, right? And he's been one of us for like over 35 years. He understands what we are doing, what we're building, and what we go through on an emotional level, on everything we're doing, helping people, right? So we have that is one of our owners now. So that makes us extremely different. It makes us very special compared to any other company out there right now. Okay. And then Darren, he's also very unique, as well as just how his desire to build legacy. He wants to build things that last, and he came out of retirement to do this, right? And they're friends. They met at church, and they're friends, and they got together, and they're having the time of their lives, and their families are having the time of their lives. We've met Darren's children. I met Darren's son in Mexico. Michelle, you're probably going to meet them in Punta Cana as well. So Dave got to build a or sandcastle with
That's right.
I lost his name all of a sudden.
Yeah, I forget his name too,
His
but
son's name.
he's at all the events. He
All the
loves
event.
it. Yeah,
So that's what makes us different. And in this also, Cindy, I'll let you chat. This makes us
sure.
different as well.
Yeah, the values that we live by, you can read them here, and all of them are very important. But for me, that true partnership right at the top, that's probably the most important for me when I'm looking to partner with a company. It's making sure that they hear our voices and knowing that John has been in our place and knows what we go through. We have a partners council made up of brand partners where any major changes have to go through them according to a bill of rights that we have before anything changes. So they have our voice. And on top of that, we like to get paid. That was one of the slides at the very beginning, right? We want to travel, we want to make money, that sort of thing. And in a true partnership, they actually give over 50% of the profits back of every dollar that comes in back to the brand partners in our comp plan. So you can see, I'm not sure if Russell's in the way here. I'm just going to move you just in case. We've been rated #1 comp plan in 3 years in a row with 8 ways to get paid. You can see that we've got over 1 million bottles of cleanser eyes sold, and I'm sure at some point we're going to have to increase that by significant numbers. We're in over 50 countries, sorry. And we've sold over 172 million bottles of noni. We've been assured that the noni will not run out, so we're okay there. But we've also got, the social following. We're winning awards left, right, and center, and we're a fairly new name out there. So it's been pretty amazing so far. These are the 50 plus countries, markets that we're in. So if you were to start a business, on day one, you are able to do business in any of these countries. These are the 8 different ways that we get paid. I'm not going to go through all of them. You can definitely reach out to whoever shared this with you if you want to get some more information on this. But you can see that there's a lot of different bonuses, a lot of ways to get paid. And if you did want to join us and become one of our partners, it is just a one-time fee, not a yearly fee like a Costco membership or anything like that, but a one-time fee, $37.95. In Canada and the US is $29.95. And in that you get your own website, you get a back office that tracks all of your sales and your everything that needs to be tracked. You have an app, you get swag and event materials, virtual trainings, expert onboarding, and more. And I think the biggest thing, Russell, right, that you get, whether it's you're doing the business or you're doing the products, is you get us.
Yep, you get us. And that's so valuable. And you know what? It's really valuable, times that by 10. When someone trusts me and decides they want to try something, they get me, but that they also get Cindy. They also get Michelle. They also get Janelle. They also get Nicole, because we work together. We're not even on the same team. Well, some of us are, but most of us are not. Most of us are not on the same team, but you get all of us. So you get all of our experience, you get all of our knowledge to help. We are better together, right? We're just like our combination of all our products. We're better together, and so that's the most valuable thing. And that's, again, if you're writing stuff down, if you're keeping track on your paper, it makes us different.
That's right.
It's so important. You can't stress that enough. That's probably one of the most important things about our company.
And we really hear that from people because we're attracting people from other companies that come in and they're just so surprised that we all work together, regardless of if, we're on the same team or the same leg or the same whatever, that we all work together and try to lift each other up. So congratulations, you've made it to the end. And of course, we've gone over, but that's just because we're so passionate about everything that we talk about. And Nicole had such a great testimony. I'm glad she was able to share with us. So now you've got some options. So option 1, maybe you just want to be a customer and try some stuff out. You can do that. We love our customers. And if you put check the subscription box, just like Amazon or any other website, you get a 15% discount. Option 2 may be that you want the best price. So that's where, maybe you want to pay that one-time fee and get an even deeper discount. Option 3 is let's make some fun money. Maybe you're saving for a trip, or you're saving for hockey school for your kids, or whatever it is you might be saving for. You want to make a little bit of fun money, or even just pay for your products. That's something we definitely can help you with. And then option 4 is let's play big. You want the trip to Bali, you want, you know, jet setting across the world, or building your dream house, whatever that might mean to you. So just let the person who sent you this or invited you, let them know which option you are. And just want to thank everybody for taking the time tonight to come out to the presentation, and thank Nicole again for sharing with us. It looks like she maybe got kicked out. No, she's okay. All right. Okay, I'm just going to stop the recording.
No, I just transferred myself to my phone because I have